I know that our traditional school setting is not engaging.
And I could see it in a lot of schools where kids don't like to come to school. They don't want to come to school because it's boring.
They don't get to actually do all of the types of learning that our world has to offer.
It is active, it is participatory.
Lots of talking.
Noisy.
They're taller.
Spark and energy.
To me, engagement looks like I'm happy every day to be here with you. And I can't wait to see what you learn and what I learn and what we learn together.
And in my classroom, our motto is play is learning.
You would be surprised how much joy just letting them learn through play is for them.
I can't wait to get to work the next day. So I know my students can't wait to get to school. And I think that's what this is all about.
They're like, your room is so loud. What is happening here? I'm like, learning's happening.
To some people, to the untrained ear, it seemed like, this classroom is a lot of fun. Fun alone will not teach kids. The trick here is to make the teaching at a high level of rigor in a way that appeals to kids. And great teachers do that all the time.
Really think about what play is. They're learning social-emotional skills, language development, critical thinking skills.
The more we play, the better we get. And if we stop playing, then what are we doing? We lose engagement, we lose motivation, we're no longer present.
Great curriculum leads to instruction, great teaching leads to learning.
We want them to grow up and be innovators and entrepreneurs and solve all the world's problems. But how do they do those things if they're disengaged?
If kids aren't feeling successful, if they don't have hope for the future, they're not going to want to stay in school.
The students want the intentional time to be able to get creative and hands-on because so much of it now is screen focused.
The teacher can be up there teaching their heart out, but if the kids are bored and disinterested, they're not learning any of the stuff.
Most people learn better when they actually can do and experience.
I want them to be able to learn about the plants and then plant the plants.
There are so many experiences that some children would never have if it weren't for a classroom and if it weren't for a teacher. I just think we have to keep showing up every day and just chip away little by little.
I have absolute faith in our education system. We already know what works, right? We as superintendents and those who are lawmakers and policymakers need to ensure that we don't lose that.
We forget to talk about our secondary students at middle school and high schools, and I've seen those kids have just as much joy as elementary does.
Everybody's involved, they're asking questions.
It's not just play, not just math, not just making mistakes, it's allowing them to be a kid, right?
And I've seen students, especially high school students, that need that opportunity to be kids again.
We want that for every child, to have that experience about school.
That's true student engagement. When that happens, it is visible, it is palpable, it is noticeable, and it is irreplaceable. It's magic.